Alright everyone, I just made a video a few minutes ago, and as I was uploading I got more tweets. I was like, Sean Lee may be out for the season, so please, stand by your Twitter and your internet. But I got so many tweets in the last like 2-3 minutes that I had to just stop uploading that video and make this one. Put on Sean Lee's jersey, tell him I love him, and he's gone for the season. It was his big toe, and if you remember back when Deion Sanders had the toe problem, that it really diminished his game to a huge extent because it messed up his movement. So he's gonna have to have surgery on it, and it's gonna take him out for the rest of the year. And I don't know, man. I haven't for this game this week. I wasn't excited after this victory. It was a win is a win, and I liked the win or whatever because we got the win. But the fashion that we got the win, I was expecting to go in there kind of like the Giants did and just tear them apart. Because honestly, they're in horrible shape, organizationally, mentally, physically. The Carolina Panthers are in horrible shape right now. So I was expecting us to go in there and take advantage of a very wounded team and get back on our horse. But again, we leave that game with a win is a win, and that's two games this year that we've had to accept it as a win is a win versus Tampa Bay and Carolina, and they have 3 wins between the two of them, and it doesn't look any better for either. So I put it this way: we're 3-3. That puts us in the fight. We're still dead in the fight. There's going to be a lot of teams that end up at 500 toward the end of the season. So if we can somehow put this thing together and turn this thing around, we can make the playoffs and not have to push that reset button, then I'm just all giddy inside. But the reality of the situation is that we have not played well. We've played well one game versus the Giants, and then it just spiraled down since then. We have not put together an awesome game or a season-defining game yet, and that worries me. That worries me a lot moving forward. We have the Giants, and if we beat the Giants, I'm excited as can be. But again, we're going to have to be consistent throughout the rest of the season to make sure that we make these playoffs. Because we can beat the Giants, but we might lose to the Atlanta. Then maybe even lose to Cleveland. Cleveland ain't no joke. It's just going to have to be some very consistent football from here on out. The problem so far has been our offense. And what I saw live on the football field, it wasn't good. Tony Romo was making short passes on 3rd down. I could tell. I was talking to the person beside me. He's going to Witten. 3rd and whatever, he's going to Witten. And I watched the whole route and watched Witten run his route, and Tony Romo will throw it right at him. And I think that is our offense right now. I don't see anything else, that we're doing that really confuses defense or messes with defense's heads and stuff like that. So I don't know where this offense can go, and it's really frustrating because Jason Garrett is the offensive guru, the Princeton Ivy League super guy that was supposed to make our offense the most dynamic thing in the world. And what it does is it goes up and down the field and doesn't score. And that's frustrating to me. It leads to a lot of field goals, and it leads to very low scores these days. And that really has to change now. You look at the defensive side of the ball. This, in my opinion, was our best player. You can argue with me all you want to. Yeah, there's some more players on that defense that's more talented at 50, but this is our best player. He's the one that doesn't give up on any plays. Nothing slips past number 50. When in every play, he's somewhere around the ball. That was super valuable to our football team. And now that we don't have number 50, I'm really worried. Connor has the instincts of 50, but not nearly the athletic ability. Bruce Carter has the athletic ability, but not nearly the instincts of 50. If we can put Connor and Bruce Carter together and make one guy, then we have it. But I just don't see that happening. I just don't. I just think this was the heart and soul of our defense. Look at Baltimore. They they lost their heart and soul of their defense, and they got like blown up last week. So I'm really worried now. I'm really worried now. Before I was kind of worried, but when you lose your defensive stud. You guys, this guy is great. This guy has Hall of Fame written on him all over his heart, but maybe he has a mind of a lion and the body of paper mache. I don't know. And that brings me to another thing that really worries me, is because these players are still getting hurt. These players that we thought that, you know, we could get, you know, as a bargain because they had injury past and could you know, make sure they're healthy and have a cool future. 50 is our future. And if he's an injury person that's going to, you know, miss out on season after season, this is the second time being lost for the season. And then we got DeMarco Murray that's probably not going to play, and we don't know how bad his injury is. That's just week to week. And we got Bruce Carter, who's also an injury-laden person, and we got Dan Connor, but he's not a part of our future. But I wanted these people to be the future of our football team when we press that reset button. If we don't make the playoffs this year, or if we don't make a lot of movement inside the playoff this year. But now I'm thinking that we will have to get other players. I mean, other superstars, because we don't have really any. I mean, we got Tyron. Tyron's not really playing up to where we wanted him to. Claiborne, he got burned a little bit, but he made some really good plays. He looks like he's moving forward to a better person, but they're not confident on him enough to put him on Steve Smith or anybody like that. So I'm worried about like Santana Moss. I did not like Carr versus Steve Smith at all, not the least bit. I won't like Carr versus Deshaun Jackson. Not this much. I won't like Carr versus Santana Moss's old behind. Just because those guys are too quick and shifty for a big corner, a big lumbering corner like Carr. Carr needs the big guys to fight at the line and things of that sort. Don't put the little guys on Carr. You know what I'm saying? And then Jenkins can handle those guys, but where is he? You know, I mean, if you ask me, he was playing the best corner of all of them until recently. I think he got one snap versus Carolina. Maybe it was his injuries or whatever. But Jenkins, if we are going to lose him, we better at least utilize him this year as the best we can until he goes next year in free agency. The front seven, they're going to get better. Spencer had a wonderful game, but will he be consistent? Will he do that with good teams and bad teams? Will he do that, you know, and not be the guy he was before, with just getting pressure and no sacks? Can he get the sacks and pressures? You know, will he elevate his game to another level? I don't know. I mean, he looked amazing versus Carolina, but he's got to keep that. Definitely now he's got to keep that thing up. And Ware, on the same token, Ware had a great game too, but Ware is going to have to play on this level every single game to offset losing 50. This is huge, people. This is absolutely huge. I know a lot people might be saying I'm overreacting right now, but the skills that I've seen in number 50, the leadership that I've seen in number 50, it's absolutely irreplaceable. It is irreplaceable. So can't do nothing else but move on right now. So Dan Connor, I'm behind you. Bruce Carter, I'm behind you. I hope that you are working right now to make sure that you can do the same things that 50 did, and make sure you don't give up on any plays whatsoever. Attack the football and do all that kind of stuff. So the best thing we can do is just hope for the best right now. I'm shattered because my best player is gone for the season. So I'm completely shattered right now. I'll see you Thursday with the pregame for the Giants. All right, peace out.